Hello, everyone. This is Sunil Sundaraj with njvarsity.rivals.com. Happy to welcome in Cameron Smith, Ridgewood High School Maroons football senior, outside linebacker, tight end. Thanks so much, Cameron, for taking some time out to speak with me. Congratulations, said on an outstanding football career there at Ridgewood High School. You've had some time now to just reflect on your career there at Ridgewood High School on the gridiron. What comes to your mind first and foremost, Cameron?
Well, yeah, the first thing is I just miss it so much. And I remember all of the, going up through the program, that's what the seniors would always say. They'd say, got to love it while it lasts and appreciate every moment. And I'd always take that to heart, but I really didn't think how dramatic I'd feel that once the season was over. And and I was thinking about it today. I was just like, I wish I could just go to practice right now. So I wish I could keep playing, but all things must come to an end. But
but just
time. I had a blast.
Yeah, but I can't imagine just the fact that you guys were able to get onto the football field, considering everything that happened this year with the COVID-19 pandemic, Cameron. Just when you guys found out that you were going to be playing this year, I mean, just what was going through your mind? I just had to ask you that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was really that, because we were always planning. We were always preparing as if we were going to play.
Yeah.
So there wasn't that moment where it was like, okay, we're playing. It was kind of just going with the flow. But I'd say the most stressful part of it was just not having a long summer. Because usually, all the summer practices get us prepared for the first game.
Yeah.
And, we only had one scrimmage before our first game, and usually I think we have three.
Okay.
So I guess that was really the uncertainty there. And you could tell early in the season. But yeah, I mean, 8 games was incredible. I mean, 8 games was the most a team could play all, and most teams weren't even close to that number. So yeah, it was great that we actually got to play. And although the season, I wish this season went a little better. I enjoyed every moment.
I mean, just that first game you guys were able to play in, and just in the first home game. I mean, I know it was tough this year without fans. Just some limited family members in the stands. But just being, that first game. I mean, what was that experience? Like for you and the rest of the team, Cameron?
Yeah, no, it was definitely weird. Obviously, not having the fans was strange.
Yeah.
Only having a certain amount of practice beforehand, because not only was the summer cut short, but like the first week of school, or maybe like week and a half, there was a good amount of time where early in school we couldn't practice. So it was kind of everything was kind of rushed, and we had to work really, really quickly. So especially for us, we were a super young team, so I was confident that the seniors could handle it. But as we had a couple sophomores that started coming into that big of a position, with such limited practice time, it was going to be tough. So yeah, it was definitely strange, but I was happy to be out there anyway.
I'm sure that the signature win over Wayne Valley, that really must have just, to go out on that note, but to get that type of statement victory over a team that had won a championship last year, I said, for you seniors and even for the underclassmen, the coaching staff, that definitely was, a feel-good moment for the program, Cameron.
Yeah, definitely. That was the game where we really put everything together, and that's kind of when I was like, yeah, this is the team I know. This is the team I know we could be. And obviously, I wish we got there much sooner. And I could, you could make the case, oh, that would have happened if we had a different season, but obviously that wasn't the case. But yeah, that was a great game. We played. Everybody stepped up. Everybody was making plays, and it was really fun. I had a great time playing. I think it was like the most. I forget the score, but it was like the most we've scored in a very long time. And Richard's not known for scoring a lot of points. So.
Yeah. I was just wondering, with the seniors, okay, just going into this season, any goals that you guys, had set for yourselves, and I was just wondering about that, that here, 4 years go by and but this is what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, said, again, finishing out on a strong note. Anything that you guys had in mind as a collective group going into this season, Cameron?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this year was tough because it wasn't something we couldn't just have, oh, we want a ring, we want a sectional championship, we want to win MetLife. It was, we weren't going to really have those types of rewards, but we kind of just wanted to treat every practice like it was our last practice, every game like it was our last game, because that easily could have been the case at any point. Teams that are in our league were being their games were being canceled, so like at any point things could have stopped. So we were just trying to say, like, we got to be thankful for every moment we're out here, because it's just such an uncertain time. So without the usual rewards, we kind of had to come up with our own motivation.
Hey, you were still able to earn Super Football Conference Red All Division Team honors. Talk about that. It said, being able to earn those accolades. I mean, I'm sure for you, it said that, just added, it said to, what you were able to do here, in the 4 years at Ridgewood High School, Cameron.
Yeah, no, I definitely, as a younger player, I was really looking forward to those awards, but I think I even got more excited when I saw my teammates get the awards, because I knew they all deserved it. And it was fun to see the guys I was with every day. I mean, I was with them more than my family members, and it was fun to see those guys get the recognition they deserved.
Hey, I mean, depending on what site you look at, but I saw that on Max Preps, I think he had 53 tackles, 5 sacks. Just talking on the defensive, side of the ball, just playing that position and, being able to excel at it, Cameron. Can you just, describe that? Yeah,
well, I was very thankful to be able to play that position since I was a sophomore. So I had a lot of experience at the position, and then my position coach Baru, he's my guy. So it was really fun to work with him. And Ridgewood has we play my position in a pretty unique way, but I try to use that to my advantage, and I love defense. It was really
no, that's great. That's great. I wanted to, go back to 2019, and that was such a roller coaster, year for you, because, with everything going on with Coach Johnson, and then Coach Cord having to step in, fill that interim role. But then you guys are able to go 10-2, able to win your third, I think it's your third sectional title in 4 years, beating, Passaic County Tech, 10-7, and then going on to MetLife Stadium, facing Union in just I think you talk about one of the greatest games, at MetLife Stadium when it comes to regional championship games. And maybe, it said you look past, in the 5-10 years, here, 41-37, just the way you guys, it was a heavyweight duel going back and forth, slugging it out. And you guys are able to pull it out there late in the fourth quarter and win the championship. Just can you describe it, just sum up like what that, you represented, to you and, to the rest of the team?
Yeah. I mean, right from the first play, I knew, like, okay, this was going to be a game that is not going to be like any other game I played before. Union was absolutely incredible. Plays where I'd usually make, I wasn't really able to make as easily with that team. They were faster, stronger, and the quarterback was insane. It was fitting that we were in MetLife Stadium, because I felt like I was playing professional. But yeah, that game was really, to me, that game was all about the seniors. I think, on the offense, I was one of the only, I was the only non-senior, and they all played their hearts out. Guys stepped up left and right. I think they all played the best games they've ever played in their entire life, and I think that's what it really came down to. Is they just wanted it. They knew that it was going to be tough, but they just put everything they had into that game, and the results showed.
To be part of a team, a winning culture. Every year you guys had a winning record, but to win championships, said these sectional titles, I mean, for a public high school and to have that kind of legacy, what, I mean, when you look back, said now and then even years, said upcoming, like, when you look back, I mean, just what is it about Ridgewood High School? I mean, it just seems like, again, I know, I mean, the, phenomenal job that Coach Johnson did, but, giving credit now, you even here to Coach Cord. I mean, can you just talk about that, Cameron?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough to talk about because I haven't been a part of anything else.
Yeah.
But I remember last year, a college coach was coming down for one of our practices in the playoffs, and he goes to high school practices all the time because he's a recruiter, and he was like, "Yep, now I see why you guys win because you practice just more efficient than anybody else." And I think another part of it is just everybody gets along, and just we have such a strong bond between all the players. Even when I was a sophomore, I was best friends with all the seniors. They were honestly like my brothers. So yeah, it's a combination of the coaching and just the discipline they put in. But with that, I mean, although they're strict, they're like to keep strong order. They were still just person to person. They were making connections all the time. I've known Coach Johnson since I was in like 6th grade. So I think from the coaching side, it's they put even more than just the football. They're trying to make you not only a better player but a better person, and I think that's kind of what separates us from a lot of other programs.
Yeah. You know what I was so impressed by, Cameron, is that seamless transition, because it's not easy. You go from one coach, Coach Johnson, I know is a legend, and and what he's been able to accomplish, and then you have to adjust, it said to now Coach Cord, but I mean there was no drop of it. It's just that you guys were able. I mean, you saw again the results. I mean, at the end of the season, I just had to ask you that just seemed like everybody was. The chemistry was there. You guys were meshing well together. Just if you can describe that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, we did. We did have a couple hiccups without Coach.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think why we were still successful is because Coach Johnson. I mean, for the past 30 years, he set a blueprint for how to be successful. Yeah. I mean, Ridgewood, we're not the best athletes. We're not the strongest. We're not the fastest. But Coach Johnson just knows how to win, and he knows how to get a team together, and we pull off wins that we shouldn't win. I mean, you could say almost all of those playoffs games we, by the book, should not have won, but we pull it off. And I think even when Coach Jay wasn't physically there, his legacy is still there, and everything he's
still his blueprint was there.
All the
you guys,
all the traditions that he has are going to be with the program forever. So
that's great. I had to ask you about your training, Cameron. You said, you made significant, improvements year after year. Can you just talk about, telling the other players it's the grind. It's, you're working your tail off 24/7, 365. I mean, just being able to, again, see everything, the results pan out on the field. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. I mean, this off season was much different than usual. I mean, Ridgewood has like the best weight room out of any high school. I mean, I've ever seen, but that's not really saying much because I haven't seen any. But we've been blessed with a great weight room. So obviously, when I was sophomore and junior, I would use that to my advantage, and that helps a ton of our players. A lot of guys are just getting bigger in the off season. The results are direct from the work they put in.
Yeah.
But this year was completely different because I didn't even really pick up a weight. I used a backpack. I got a bunch of like school textbooks and tried to like pose with them. But I think because during quarantine, I mean, I had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, what can I do? I don't have as much weight, so that means I'm just gonna have to work more often.
Yeah.
So I would just kind of had a little cycle I would do, and my numbers went up from the time I was able to use a bench press my junior year before COVID versus when I was able to use the bench this year. I was only doing push-ups I was only doing push-ups in between that time, but you can still make improvement with, just with no equipment. You can still improve. And obviously today it's much easier to do that with all the resources we have, like YouTube, social media. I mean, there's people who devote their life to figuring these things out. So yeah, I think although it wasn't easy to keep that conditioning up this year, it was able to get done. And I think people recognize that, and they took advantage of it.
That's great. I just wanted to ask you with the support from, students. I know this year was different, as you said, athletic director, the administration there at Ridgewood High School, and just what makes, I know I asked you about the team, but just Ridgewood High School in general, what makes it such a special place to go there and attend school? I just was wondering about that, Cameron.
Yeah. I think it's just everybody cares about the program. Our game atmosphere was incredible. I remember I was watching like a month ago. I watched a video of, I think it was the PCT game last year where Ryder Langsdale got the strip sack, and it was so loud. Like this year, I kind of forgot how great the atmosphere was at Ridgewood, and I just think everybody cares about the team, and everybody supports the team as much as they can. Yeah, and I just think that rubs off on the younger kids and the families that are coming into Ridgewood, and I think it creates a great environment that people like myself just love to play in.
Yeah, it's great to see the support from the town as well, town of Ridgewood. And can you talk about the alumni as well, like the support that you've received from them over the years, Cameron?
Yep. So I think my dad is a part of the Alumni Association, so
okay.
Yeah, my family's pretty involved, but yeah, they just offer a ton of support, and that's another thing to say about Ridgewood. Once maybe even when you're out of the program, you're still looking to help and trying to be involved in any way you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of loyalty to the football program, which helps the players tremendously. It just makes you proud to be a Ridgewood football player.
That's great. You said you're committed to Williams College. Is that correct, Cameron?
Yes.
Congratulations. Can you talk about, what, made Williams College the perfect fit for you?
Yeah. So, well, my brother goes to Williams College.
Okay.
Player there. And it's funny because initially Williams was a school I didn't want to go to because my brother went there. And I was always kind of embarrassed of trying to go with my brother. But it came down to I think I had offers from 5 schools total, a couple from the Ivy League, and obviously that was pretty tempting. But at the end of the day, I realized, wait, Williams is the perfect school for me. I absolutely love Williams, and that kind of hit me immediately. Yeah. When I really thought about it, it's the perfect school, and yeah, maybe my brother goes there, but we won't be there for long together anyway. Yeah, all jokes aside, Williams is a great program. The coaches are fantastic. Obviously, it's an amazing school, and the community there is just like Ridgewood. They've just got a great community that supports all the students and all the players. And I'm really excited to continue my career at Williams College.
That's right. That's terrific. I said, before we came on, I talked about, your teammate, Ryder Langsdale, also signing his letter of intent. How good is that, to see you guys see the, players from Ridgewood High School recognize, and be able to sign their college letter of intents, and, just, again, continuing, said that tradition, I said with the school.
Yeah, no, it was awesome seeing Ryder commit to Lafayette. I mean, Lafayette's a great school. I think he made an awesome choice. But it's funny to see. I just remember Ryder, freshman and sophomore years, that awkward kind of small, skinny kid, and then exactly like you said earlier, he just put in the work. Yeah, he vertically went up, but his muscle went up 100%, and just work ethic, and he really, really worked hard at his physicality and his technique especially. So I was thrilled to see him, accept that opportunity, and I think he's going to do awesome.
You know, we talk about the academics, Cameron, how pivotal it is. It's like, the role it plays, it's just not about being an athlete, student athlete. Can you talk about being able to balance that out? Again, it's not easy. You said you have your academics, you got practice, you got games. It really takes up your time, how you're able to just, stay, so organized. And, again, I've talked to a number of players, so far time management is so critical. Can you just dive into that?
Yeah, I think it's also just plays in a Ridgewood culture. I mean, it's a super competitive environment, which, although sometimes may have its flaws, it helps a lot of the guys. Kind of during the season, you're kind of in a zone, honestly.
Yeah.
And just that schedule of that day-to-day schedule just really helps, and you kind of you focus really hard, and you get it done. And I also think a lot of the guys, we love footballs more than anything, but we prioritize our grades a ton. And we know football can only go so far. You can't really play the sport forever, but the work you put in the classroom can last forever, and that can really help you in the long run. So a lot of our guys we have a lot of smart guys on the team, and they're very good at balancing that, athletic and academic life.
That's great. I just have a couple more. Can't thank you enough for the time, Cameron. I was just wondering, growing up, as far as like other sports, did you play anything else besides football, like, when you were growing up?
Yeah, I played some lacrosse as a kid, and then I played basketball as well. But I was always the best at football. I wasn't too good at those other sports.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, football kind of really I kind of really found what I loved. And I'll always love the sport.
Yeah, I just was wondering, what makes it so special, Cameron? Like, the game of football for you.
Yeah, it's. I just think it's just you put so much work into each week, and the reward is it means so much, because from Monday you're looking at that one opponent, and your eyes are on that one goal. And just the anticipation, obviously, sometimes isn't great, because I get so nervous before the games. But it's just that ultimate, it's that ultimate test, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And the best part of it is you get to share it with all the other guys on your team.
Yeah.
That you just get so close to throughout the season, because you're working from June, at times.
Yeah.
So it's just the putting in the work and seeing the results, and doing it with the guys that you love being with.
Nothing better than Friday Night Lights, right? Under the spotlight, just I think just that rush, taking the field, and then, just playing in that environment. It's just, I don't think there's anything better than that. I know you talked about your brother. I want to talk about family. If you want to talk about your parents, and just the support that you've received from them, from growing up when you were younger, here at Ridgewood High School, Cameron.
Yeah, my family's a huge football family. I probably told the story a bunch, but my grandparents met on the football field. My grandpa was the high school football player, and my grandma was the cheerleader.
Okay.
All the boy cousins have played football.
Yeah.
My grandparents are like at every game. My extended family comes. I got a big support system, and obviously my parents and my brother are the head of that. It really means a lot when your family is by your side, doing something you love to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since I was a little kid, my grandpa would set up a football camp in his backyard. He bought a couple pads, and he would teach us the ropes, and I was probably too young to really learn much. I was exposed to football at a young age, and I think it stuck, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm just curious, any on the college or NFL level, any said players that you've looked up to and try to sort of maybe take away some tidbits, some nuggets away and apply it to your game, Cameron?
To be honest, I'm not really I love playing football, but I'm not like the type of guy that watches it all the time.
Okay.
Not in the NFL. Honestly, I couldn't name that many players.
Okay.
My dad went to Northwestern, so I've been
Oh, nice.
I've
Nice.
been a Wildcat fan for a long
That's
time.
great. That's great.
Yeah, so yeah, I've gone to a bunch of games, and that's kind of the team I root for, other than Ridgewood.
Very nice. Finally, I wanted to ask you that, it's coming full circle. Now as a senior, you're able to pass down your knowledge, your expertise to the younger freshmen because you were there at one time. And as well as there are younger kids, you've seen them at football games, throwing around the football. And I'm sure you did that when you were younger, that they're trying to move up to that next level. They want to be, on the varsity football team. Any, advice you would have for them,
You're saying on like a kind of a improvement aspect?
Exactly. Yeah. Just because you know how demanding it is and you have to be the best. I mean, it said there, maybe, as far as devoting your time, to the profession, and it said, what it takes, again, to succeed at it. And just like, what your advice would be to younger kids, that want to play the game as well.
Yeah, I definitely say take it seriously. I mean, it requires a lot of your effort. But also I'd say get competitive with yourself. Kind of test yourself throughout the season and test yourself throughout the off season, whether it's lifting weights, running sprints, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of have a drive to get better. And I think it's really the work you put in, and that the work you put in is what you're going to get from the game, and your improvement will be in direct correlation with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's kind of my advice. It's not just going to happen, but even if hey, you're not the greatest athlete, hey, maybe I get really nervous on Friday nights, I don't know how much I want to play.
Yeah,
I'd still say being on a team, even if you're not a starter, even if you're not playing all the time, it's a great experience.
Yeah.
And just making those connections with the other guys is something you'll take for the rest of your life. And even if you're not playing, you can still help out, whether it's just talking with people, but also in practice.
Yeah.
The best practice players I know, the guys I did not want to face in practice, didn't even play on the field.
Yeah.
But they were still making us a better team.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main message that a lot of our guys preach.
Sounds good. Hey, Cameron, I can't thank you enough. It said congratulations, just, it said an incredible, career there at Ridgewood High School. And they said the future looks bright for you. Wishing you all the best at Williams College, and, looking forward to seeing what you do at the next level.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for having me. This was awesome.
Thank you.